Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Life She Built. Today, I want to talk about something that I've honestly thought about for years, but in particular recently, and that is the idea of being, quote, low maintenance. You hear it all the time. She's so chill. She's so easygoing. She doesn't ask for much. And we say it in a way as if that's a compliment. Or it comes from yourself. I'm easy. I don't care. Whatever's fine. But is it? When did being low maintenance become one of the biggest compliments that a woman can receive? Who decided that that is actually a flex? So today I want to challenge that idea a little bit, and I want you to keep an open mind here. While I absolutely think that there is value in being flexible and kind and easy to be around, I think that many women have confused being low maintenance with being completely disconnected with what matters to them. And those two are not the same thing. There is a huge difference between being easygoing and completely self-abandoning, between being flexible and actually having standards for your life, between being kind and never advocating for yourself. When did this idea of chill become complete self-abandonment? I think that so many women have spent years trying to be the, quote, easy one, the easygoing wife. She's so cool, she's so chill. The easy friend, the easy employee, the easy daughter, the easy client, the easy everything. You're easy for everybody else, but is that in your own best interest? We say things like, I don't care, whatever you want. I'm good with anything. You choose. And sometimes that's genuinely true. Sometimes having those decisions removed from you is actually in your best interest. But sometimes we do care. We do have preferences. We do have standards within ourselves. We've just learned along the way that expressing them makes us feel like we are the difficult one. So we stay quiet. We go along with things and we tell ourselves that it's really not a big deal. And then years later, we're wondering why our life doesn't actually reflect what we want. The truth is, you cannot build a life that feels aligned for you if you never tell people what alignment actually looks like for you. You have to communicate that. And the people that care about you, that love you, that want to be in your life will respect that, and they will meet you where you are, or you meet each other where you are. I think that there are so many women who are afraid of being perceived as being high maintenance because that term has a negative connotation with it. A lot of times when people hear that, they think she's demanding, she's needy, she's difficult, she's expensive, she's entitled, she's a princess. But I do think that there's another definition. High maintenance to me simply means I know what matters to me, I have standards, and I have expectations. And most importantly, I'm willing to communicate them. Wanting things is not a flaw. Wanting a great marriage is not a flaw. Wanting respect is not a flaw. Wanting reciprocity is not a flaw. Wanting a beautiful life is not a flaw. The problem is not wanting these things. The problem is expecting everyone else to read your mind while you pretend you don't want them in the name of being the easy one, and then that resentment builds, and the sadness builds, and the loneliness builds. Now, before we swing completely in the other direction, I do think it's important to point out that I don't think the goal is to become so high maintenance about absolutely everything. Because honestly, those people don't seem particularly happy either. If every restaurant is wrong, if every vacation is disappointing, if every gift is not good enough, if every interaction you have with people becomes a problem, then life becomes exhausting for you and for everyone around you. When absolutely everything matters, nothing actually matters. Not every preference you have needs to become a hill that you're willing to die on. Not every inconvenience needs to become this massive discussion. And not every disappointment needs a head-to-head confrontation. There is a big part of maturity that is knowing what to let go. But I do think it's really important to know what not to let go. I think this is where the magic is. It's being selectively high maintenance. So it's not being low maintenance and everything, and it's not being high maintenance and everything. If you're too low maintenance and everything, you're self-abandoning. If you're too high maintenance and everything, it's really unenjoyable for you and everybody else. I think the answer is being intentionally high maintenance. It's being selective. It's choosing things that matter most to you and then having standards there, holding those boundaries firm. So, in case you're curious, here are some of mine. For me, self-care is one of those things. I like getting my hair done. I like getting my nails done. I like taking care of myself. I like going to the spa, and I've been like this since I can remember as a small child. I like feeling polished and put together. It's not about perfection. And it's not because I'm trying to impress anyone. It's not because I'm vain, and it's not because I'm insecure. It's because I truly enjoy it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I can go out into the world and be more productive and be confident. And I don't apologize for that. Another area where I am unapologetically high maintenance is my environment. I like beautiful spaces. I love a nice hotel. I am high maintenance when it comes to that. I appreciate great restaurants, and I really notice service. I care about an atmosphere. And I care deeply about how a space feels when I walk into it. I care so much, and this matters so much to me, that I have actually built a career around designing this for other people. For a long time, I felt almost guilty saying these things out loud because I always felt like it sounded kind of superficial. But the truth is, for me, it's not actually about luxury. It's about the experience. And it's about how certain environments make me feel. I truly do some of my best thinking in a beautiful hotel lobby. I do some of my best work in a beautiful hotel room where room service on a pretty tray and a great display where everything I ordered actually makes it to me and I have extra details arrives. I enjoy a restaurant where the service is exceptional and someone has clearly paid attention to the details and to my order. I care deeply about creating a home that feels peaceful and warm and welcoming and beautiful to my family and to our guests. Doesn't mean everything needs to be expensive. That's not what that means. It's not about having the most luxurious version of everything. It simply means that the environment that I am in matters to me. In fact, I have quit jobs because I did not like what the environment made me feel like. Everyone was nice, that wasn't it. It was just about visually where I was. Everyone has something. For some people, they're high maintenance about cars. For some, it's about technology. For me, one of the biggest things that I care about is creating and experiencing environments that feel intentional, that feel beautiful, and that I feel cared for. And there is nothing wrong with that. It's not about other people. It's about how I feel. Another area for me is my marriage. I have incredibly high standards for my marriage. It's not about being perfect, and it's not about what it looks like to other people. It's about standards. I expect a high level of respect. I expect a high level of communication. I expect a very high level of effort. I expect a high effort man. I just do. I expect partnership. And I expect both of us to continue showing up and investing in the relationship. I don't think that that's unreasonable. I expect it, but I also give it. I think it's healthy to do that. Because when you're constantly in a marriage not feeling seen, not feeling heard, not feeling cared about, all in the name of being the quote, easy wife, you will eventually start to show up in ways that are not truly you. The pain that you've been holding on to will show up. So be high maintenance there. Another one for me is reciprocity. Whether it's in friendship or in family or in business or again in marriage, I don't believe that healthy relationships can be completely one-sided. And I want to be very clear here. I don't keep score. It's not a tit for tat. But I do believe that effort should flow both ways. And if I'm just getting, and I'm not giving, I notice that. And if I'm giving, and not getting, I notice that too. Another one for me is respect. I'm not low maintenance about how people treat me. And I honestly don't think any woman should be. I'm not saying don't give people grace. We all have moments and days that are not great. But if the majority of the interactions are disrespectful, that's not okay with me. So I think for me, the bigger question is not, am I low maintenance or am I high maintenance? The bigger question is, what am I choosing to care deeply about and hold that boundary strong? The goal here is not for you to try to be high maintenance. The goal is to be discerning, to know what actually adds value in your life and to stop apologizing for caring about those things. Because every single one of us is high maintenance somewhere. Have you chosen those areas intentionally? And do you communicate them properly? Are you high maintenance about your appearance, but low maintenance about your marriage? Are you high maintenance about pleasing everyone, but low maintenance about your well-being? Are you high maintenance about what strangers think, but low maintenance about your boundaries? These are all interesting questions, and I don't think that there's a right or wrong answer here, but I do think that you need to ask yourself those. Because the things that we protect, those are the things that we value. So before we leave, I want you to ask yourself this question, and I want you to really think about it. What is one area of my life where I am unapologetically high maintenance and will hold that boundary firm? Really think about that, because if you've always been the easy, low maintenance girl, it's time to be a little high maintenance, at least in one thing. The older I get, the less interested I am in being perceived as being low maintenance. I've tried to do it because I was too much for a long time. I'm not interested in being high maintenance in everything, but I am interested in being intentional, knowing what matters to me, knowing what doesn't, and then letting those things go, and having standards where they count for me and my alignment and my happiness. It's okay to let go the things that don't truly matter to you. Be honest about your desires. Be honest about your expectations, and then build a life that actually reflects them. Being easy is not the goal. Being true to yourself is. And that to me is a much better foundation for building a life that you genuinely love. So that's it for today. I hope you can go into the world being a little more high maintenance in a way that serves your joy and your happiness. Next week, we are talking about something different, and we will be talking about business mistakes that I've made so that you don't have to. So join me for that one and go out into the world with a little bit of a high maintenance streak to you. Thank you for being here with me.